I'm so happy to be back with you guys. I'm also wearing my new pop-off merch. You can't really see it. It's the crop top. I'm obsessed. I wanted to show you guys the embroidery because I just absolutely freaking love it. But I am so happy that you guys are here. I'm so happy to be back. I feel like I don't know about anyone else, but I really missed our happy hour hang last week. I missed chatting with you guys. I missed catching up with you guys. And I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be here. You guys, we have a lot of tea to discuss during this happy hour hang. We're going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney. She did a huge interview with Variety today. She talked about so many things, addressed so many rumors involving her life. So we're going to talk about Sydney Sweeney. We're also going to talk about the Lizzo lawsuit. There's a big update that came down today that unfortunately is not in Lizzo's favor, so I'm going to fill you all in on that. We're also going to talk about Ariana Grande. I have an Ariana Grande update for you guys. Unfortunately, her her relationship with Ethan Slater is just continuing to bring the drama. She's allegedly losing friends over it. It's a whole thing. I can't wait to fill you guys in addition to another report that, was definitely trying to do some good PR in Ariana's favor. The good PR did not last long because, like I said, we already have this new report that is just absolutely not in Ariana's favor. We're also going to talk about Khloe Kardashian, an update. If you guys saw my Instagram, I touched on this a little bit, but I want to go more in depth and discuss with y'all. Khloe Kardashian, we finally now know her reaction to when Kim and Tristan were seen out partying until late into the night in Miami. And apparently Khloe was not happy about it. And she's actually blaming Kim more than Tristan, which I think is kind of BS. But we're going to get into it. We're also going to talk about Selena Gomez. She was spotted out on a little dinner date. I'm going to fill you in on the tea on the dinner date and what I think is going on. She was also spotted at Taylor Swift's Eras Tour last night, which I'm so jealous. I want to leave time at the end as well to make sure that we have time to discuss Hailey Bieber and the pop-off that I posted yesterday as well. So I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to get into that because I was reading a lot of comments and I feel like oh my God, I almost just choked. We need to have a bigger discussion about the Hailey Bieber pregnancy situation and all of the rumors. But you guys, I am so happy to be back. I see Heather saying, Madison, glad to be here for the live. I had my 4th spinal surgery a few days ago. Oh my gosh, Heather, thank you for keeping my recovery a positive one. Heather, I'm so happy that you're recovering. We are here for you. The House of Hill is sending you all of the positive healing vibes. 4th spinal surgery, you're a freaking warrior. You are a champion. You are slaying. I'm so happy that you're recovering and that we could be any assistance in your recovery. Yes, Harmony losing friends, talking about Ariana. We have Rebecca, first time attending the live. Hi, y'all. Hi, Rebecca. We are so happy to have you. We also have Melly, first time joining the live. I'm so happy that you made it as well. Welcome to everyone that this is the first time you're joining the live. It is so much fun. I love our happy hour hangs. I love getting to connect with you guys one-on-one in real time. And also hi to everyone who watches these afterwards. I appreciate you for showing up and watching these after the live as well. We love you. We appreciate you. I'm so happy that you're here. Angie finally made it to a live. Always an after watcher. Angie, hello. I'm so happy you're here. Harmony, I just finished back to school shopping. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. I'm going to a crystal shop soon. Okay, Harmony. Harmony is getting all the things for back to school. I cannot believe that school is already starting again. I don't know why. This summer feels to me like it still just started. And even today, someone was like, I can't believe summer's already almost over. I'm like, oh my God, summer feels like it's just now getting started. And I think because for me, now a lot of my travel has picked up. I feel like a lot of my summer plans are happening now. So I feel like for me, summer doesn't feel like it's over, even though technically it is. We have Ruth sending lots of love to you, Madison, all the way from Nigeria. Oh my gosh, Ruth, thank you so much for watching, and I'm so excited that our House of Hill family expands all the way to Nigeria. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for watching and taking time out of your day to be here. We also have Tabitha. Summer flew by. Agree. Heather's getting married a month from today. She's recovering from spinal surgery and she's getting married in a month. Heather, I'm so excited for you. We have Kathleen. Hello from North Carolina. Damn, it's hot down here. Okay, I think we sent a little bit of our heat to you because it's been so hot in California, in LA specifically. I guess I can't speak for all of California. But today it is cloudy. It was even sprinkling as I was walking to my car. It was crazy. We also have love from Trinidad. Oh my gosh. Hi. Hi. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sacred Space said, is that a traded Swiftie friendship bracelet? So my sister and I did mainly, honestly, I got to shout out my sister on this one. She made the bulk of the friendship bracelets that we took. But we made a ton of like general LA SoFi bracelets, Swiftie bracelets, because we wanted to really give away as many bracelets as possible to all the employees who were working, security, police, people who were working concessions, people who were answering questions. So we gave away a ton of those bracelets, but this one is actually one that we made while we were on vacation with our baby cousins, and it just says Cabo. And I've still been wearing it because we made one for everyone who was on the trip. So this one isn't a Swiftie one, but I don't know if I can hike this up. I am still wearing my F the Patriarchy anklet that I made because I made it too big for my wrist. So I've just been wearing it as as an anklet. And it's actually funny. I went to the dentist yesterday and the dentist was like, what does your anklet say? And I was like, it says the patriarchy. And thankfully I have like the coolest dentist, the coolest hygienist, and they absolutely loved it. They were both Taylor fans. And then my dentist put on a full Taylor Swift playlist for the rest of my appointment. So we stan Dr. Allaire in Los Angeles. We absolutely love him. But it was definitely a funny conversation starter. I was like, it's just a little Taylor Swift. Marie, yes, the anklet is also Barbie coded, which you guys, I finally saw the Barbie movie last night. I know some of you said you didn't like it. I personally loved it. I thought it was super cute. I thought it was lighthearted. I don't know. I really loved it. I'm also super nostalgic because I was such a Barbie girly when I was younger. Like my sister and I both had the pregnant Barbie, so we loved the reference to the pregnant Barbie being discontinued. Shout out to Midge, Alan. Like, I don't know. I guess for me, I'm not someone who really overanalyzes movies. I'm very easily entertained. And so for me, I feel like I took it for face value and I absolutely freaking loved it. So I was a huge Barbie movie fan. I'm happy that I saw it. Travis said Barbie has grossed $1 billion. I repeat, $1 billion, which is the most a female directed film has ever grossed in history, I'm pretty sure. So shout out to the Barbie movie. Honestly, I'm feeling very women empowerment after seeing Taylor and then Barbie. I'm like, we can do anything. Like, we got this. And it was so funny when we did leave last night. Papa Hill was like, he was feeling the Ken. He says, obviously being in a house of all women, I feel like our house, the Hill house, is always Barbie land. And so I feel like Papa Hill also really, really loved it as well. And we had so much fun just watching the whole movie. Mustache said, I was a bit disappointed when it focused so much on Mattel. It felt like an ad. I get what you're saying, but I also feel like they had to reference Mattel. And Mattel is trying to do several movies that are based on toys. Like Polly Pockets is getting a movie. I don't know if any of y'all were Polly Pocket girlies. And I think Thomas the Train is also getting one. So I feel like Mattel's just kind of trying to like lay this groundwork to do a bunch of these different films. Sacred Space said, what did you think of America's monologue? I cried, obviously, and we were all talking about on the ride home. Like, America Ferrera's monologue was so perfect, so packed. It was just, I think any woman could relate to that, could relate to the monologue. I really have no other words than just like, she hit the nail on the head so hard, almost too hard. And it was amazing. And I agree. I also think it really focused a lot on mother-daughter relationships, which I really liked. I don't know. I really thought the whole thing, again, like I said, if you are someone who analyzes films and looks into the deeper meanings and, you know, is trying to find something wrong with the movie, I can understand why you wouldn't like it. But as someone who just likes to go to the movies to park my brain for 2 hours and have a glass of wine and just be entertained, and again, someone who loves Barbie, is nostalgic for Barbie, I freaking loved it. I loved it, and I wish I could live in Barbie's dream house. And I think anyone who had Barbie's dream house also wishes that they could live in it as well, because it looked amazing. We also have someone sending positive vibes all the way from France. Hello. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, I do want to let you know on this happy hour hang, we're going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney. We're going to be talking about Lizzo and the lawsuit. We have a tea-filled Ariana Grande update. We're going to be talking about Khloe Kardashian, Selena, and I also want to leave time at the end to talk about that Hailey Bieber pregnancy rumor, because I've been going through a lot of your comments, and I definitely want to make sure we leave time to discuss. I also wanted to, if you just tuned in, I wanted to show you I'm wearing my pop-off merch. My pop-off crop top. This is in the E-Crew color. And you guys, it is so soft and I'm just obsessed with it. And I wanted to share because I haven't had embroidery before. So I wanted to show y'all the embroidery because it is so freaking cute. I love it. I am obsessed. Obviously I'm biased, so of course I'm going to say obsessed, you know. Lydia said, hi Madison, me and my daughter love watching you ever since the Holly Scoop days. You are awesome. Can you please give a shout out to my daughter, Candace? Yes, hello. Thank you so much, Lydia and Candace. Thank you for watching me together. That literally warms my heart and makes me so happy. And thank you for sticking with me and rocking with me for so long. I appreciate you guys so freaking much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I feel like it's perfect because we were just talking about mother-daughter relationships. So I absolutely am so appreciative that you are still here. Also, you guys, make sure you check out the Eras Tour vlog after this if you haven't already. If you have any Eras Tour questions, we can talk about that at the end as well. But just know that I did not sit down for 4 hours. The only time I sat down was literally to get a drink of my beverage. And I did cry. And I needed about probably 2 full days to process what I witnessed because it was freaking amazing. And we're actually gonna try to go and do another date, fingers freaking crossed, when she comes back to the US for a little, you know, tail end of the 2024 leg. So hopefully we can make it happen. Hannah said, love all the way from Corpus Christi. Is it lagging for anyone else? I don't know why. There's nothing I can do, unfortunately, about it on my end. I did have upper lip sweat. Nicole said, hi, Madison. So glad I can watch live this week again. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here as well. Mary said, I'm so happy you got to see her. I can feel your happiness through the screen. You guys, I was unwell. There's so many videos that my sister and I didn't even post because we're like, we look crazy. Like, we were just, like, losing it. We were so excited. Oh my gosh. I don't know. And I loved giving the bracelets away. I loved like talking to people next to us. I also think something that people weren't like discussing online is just the energy in the stadium. I've never been to a concert where overwhelmingly the energy is positive. Like 9 times out of 10, you guys know you come to a concert and there's always kind of like one person who's hammered, who's just like ruining it for everyone else, or some people are rude, people are testy with each other. And that was just not the vibe at all. Everyone was excited. Everyone was happy to be there. Everyone was equally as obsessed. It was absolutely amazing. Before I talk to you about Before I talk to you about the highlight from my Cabo trip, Sacred Space, I do want to address what's going on in the chat. Little Tay, if you guys remember, she was a viral sensation several years ago, kind of around the Whoa Vicky Bad Baby era. It did break today that she unfortunately passed away at the age of 14. Her family released a statement over on her Instagram. I mean, 14 is just so incredibly sad. So incredibly sad. They did not release any details surrounding her death, but her brother also passed away. Police are investigating, and her family just requested, privacy at this time. So whenever we get an update, obviously, of course, I will let y'all know. But I did want to address it because I see it going on in the chat. And 14 years old. Whether you know about her or not, I think the news of a young person losing their life way too early is absolutely gutting. It's devastating, and it is so, so, so incredibly sad. So I did want to go ahead and address that right off the top, especially because y'all were talking about it, and I definitely think it needed to be addressed. So we want to send all of our thoughts and prayers to Little Tay's family, friends, and fans. And just her poor parents. I can't imagine losing, 2 children. I think that's just absolutely, absolutely, absolutely devastating. But we're going to go ahead and get into the other news that we discussed. Absolutely. I'm loving the candles in the chat. I'm loving the prayers. Shabria, hello. I hope you're doing well. So heartbreaking. It's not fair at all. I know. It is so, so sad. When I did the math today, because I was like, how old was she? She couldn't have, I don't like to think about it. It is absolutely horrible. But like I said, whenever we hear more information, I'll definitely let you guys know, because right now the family is keeping any details very, very close to the chest. This is obviously also coming off of Angus Cloud as well. That happened while I was away, which was so, so, so incredibly, incredibly, incredibly sad. Just too many young people. Too many people in general, but also too many young people gone way too soon. But you guys, let's go ahead and get into this tea that we have to discuss. We have Lucia, my first live. I'm so, so happy that you're here. Heather, have you partnered with Shambongs yet? You guys, I've reached out to Shambong about 57 bajillion times, and they've never responded to me, which is so sad, because I have reached out to them to be like, hey, we should do something together. Like, all my people love your product, and no one ever responds to me. But I have reached out to them, so maybe we should just all start tagging them everywhere. We have Autumn. Hi, Madison. I see why you love going to Taylor Swift concerts. My boyfriend got me surprise tickets to the Eras Tour, and I had a complete blast. Taylor Swift is a very talented woman. The concert was everything. Autumn, your boyfriend gets boyfriend of the year. Are you kidding me? Surprise Eras tickets? Like, that is freaking wild. I am so happy that you loved it. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. Welcome to the craziness. I hope you're happy to be a part of the craziness. Yes, boyfriend of the year. Boyfriend of the freaking year. Autumn, I am so, so happy that you loved it. It really was amazing. And I hope for those of you who weren't able to get tickets, I hope that at least through my vlog, you got to kind of feel like you were there and feel a part of the energy. That was my goal. I was trying to be like, I just want the House of Hill to like feel this good energy, feel the vibes, feel the excitement, because truly it was crazy. My surprise songs were our song. So we got a debut song, and then we also got You're in Love from 1989, which I think she's going to announce the re-recording of 1989 tonight at her concert here in LA. Just my little fan theory, because it's obviously 8-9. So we'll see. But we got great surprise songs, except the night after us was Death by a Thousand Cuts and You're on Your Own, Kid, which are 2 of my other favorite songs. And Monday, which my friend went to the Monday show, they got Dress and Exile, which my sister was really sad to miss. So I was really sad to miss Saturday's surprise songs. My sister was devastated about Monday's surprise songs. So honestly, it doesn't even matter though, because our song, as my sister just said, was incredible. There's a video my sister took of me, and she pans over, and I'm like, because we were so, as soon as she was like, she said something at the beginning, she was like, I think what I'm so appreciative about you guys is that you guys let me, try different eras. You let me bounce around. Like, I've been able to try so many different things. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to the beginning. And then all of the lights on our bracelets went green. And we were like, we're getting debut. And honestly, I couldn't even hear what song she was starting to play at the beginning because my sister was squeezing my arm. I had no blood circulation and she was screaming. So it took me a minute to even like know what song from debut we were getting because we were both just like panicking. But it ended up being our song, which was absolutely freaking iconic. And we were just living. And it's funny because from the beginning, like whenever the Eras tour was announced, we've said we wanted a debut surprise song. So we manifested it. It was amazing. It was incredible. We absolutely lost our minds, and I mean, it was so good. I did want to correct because it looks like I pronounced a name wrong. But her name is Candace. Cadence. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. My daughter was super excited, but her name is pronounced Cadence. Thank you. That way I know for future. Thank you, Lydia. I'm sorry, Cadence. I'm sorry. We have Travis. Hi, Madison. My friend and I are praying and hoping to attend the Miami Eras Tour concerts next year. God willing, it would be so great. Loved your vlog. Travis, God willing, I hope I'm either in Miami or New Orleans. Or, you know what, if I have to do it, I'm going to freaking Indianapolis. I'm sending you all the positive Taylor Swift vibes. Okay, you guys, I want to go ahead and get into the celeb tea because I feel like we gotta get into this. I love catching up with you guys. I feel like we also need another live where we don't even necessarily talk about celebrity tea. We just get to catch up about each other's lives because I love getting to chat. Okay, Sydney Sweeney, you guys. So she is on the cover of Variety. She addressed several big issues that have gone on with her publicly. And the first thing she really addressed, and this is what I really wanted to talk with y'all about, was the accusations about Sam Levinson creating toxic work environments. Hi, Miss Mika. I'm so happy you're back, Miss Mika. We missed you. I'm so happy you're here. But you guys, because we've talked a lot about The Idol and The Weeknd and Sam Levinson giving us the ick. So Sydney Sweeney addressed all of these allegations against him that he, creates toxic work environments. He's kind of creepy. And here's what she had to say. She said, quote, "You have me, you have Z, aka Zendaya. You have all of these very strong-minded, independent women. If we didn't feel comfortable with something or we saw something we didn't like, we'd all speak up. It's hard to see someone completely trashed by the public and the media when no one's actually there. We are there, and clearly we're still working on the show and we're still supportive." So Sydney Sweeney is saying her and Zendaya both stand by Sam Levinson. They do not believe any of the accusations out there, and they feel like he's being unnecessarily trashed in the media, which, okay, that might be true, but that doesn't stop the man from kind of giving me the ick. I'm kind of like, I don't know about him. Then, you guys, she also addressed rumors that she hooked up with Glenn Powell. Now, if you guys remember, this was a couple months ago. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, they're filming a rom-com. They've already wrapped. But while they were filming this rom-com titled Anyone But You in Australia, there were rumors that they were doing some hooking up, that they were doing a little more than just acting. And it was a problem because Glenn Powell was in a long-term relationship and Sydney Sweeney was also recently engaged. Now, her fiance is a little bit older than her, and I think I did a pop-off about this, or I did something about this. And, I mean, Glenn Powell, very handsome man, but it doesn't matter because he was taken. He was in a long-term relationship. She was engaged. All these rumors were swirling. There were photos of them that looked questionable. The way they looked at each other on red carpets was questionable. However, she is saying nothing happened. She's saying it was basically them playing into it, but I don't know if I believe her. So here was her direct quote. She said, "It's a rom-com. That's what people want. Glenn and I don't really care. We have so much fun together. We respect each other so much. He's such a hard worker, and I'm a hard worker. We're excited for the press tour." And I literally just left ADR with him. We talk all the time like that's really funny. Basically saying they talk like, oh, that's really funny about what people say about them. I don't know. I think it's the we're really excited for the press tour part that I'm like, oh, you're excited to start traveling together? You're excited to be alone again together? That kind of, I was like, I don't know. But people were thinking that was her kind of confirming that something may or may not have happened. And Sacred Space said, "I wouldn't want my boyfriend tossing some other girl around in his arms off camera." So what she's referring to, there was this video of Glenn and Sydney, and they're not filming. They're just hanging out, and she's almost like sitting on his, kind of like straddling his lap, and then he like flips her upside down, and she like does like a big dip. Again, I agree with you, Sacred Space. Like, if my boyfriend had a girl like this and then was dipping her, I would not be a big fan. I would not be here for it. I also feel like the way they looked at each other on the red carpet, when they were doing that event for Sony, I'm like, I don't know. So I know she's trying to keep it cute and be like, it's a rom-com. Everyone's crazy. Like, we're just doing our jobs. But are you just doing your job? Are you? I don't know. It's giving me suspicious. But I know people really, really love Sydney Sweeney, so I wasn't sure where people stood on that. Either way, I don't think it's as big of a scandal as like an Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater situation, because, I mean, Sydney is engaged and Glenn was just in a very serious relationship, but, you know, I don't know. And Sydney's still engaged to her fiance. Sydney's still engaged, but Glenn and his girlfriend did end up breaking up. So it might have been the dip video. Honestly, it might have been the dip. April said, I feel like they've done something or want to. Right, April? And I mean, they're both very good looking people. And if they were single, I feel like this would be a marketing dream. But the fact that now Glenn's single, so I guess technically he's fine. But I mean, Sydney being engaged, no. Maribel said, they should realize you single-handedly raised their profits. Oh, talking about Shambong? Probably. I mean, you know, I don't know. I guess they don't want to acknowledge me, sadly. But hopefully, you know what? That's fine, because we're just going to have to create our own line of Shambongs. This is the Barbie movie influence. This is the Taylor influence. You don't want to partner with us? That's fine. We're just going to go ahead and create our own, and it'll be better and cuter, and we're all going to love it. We have Daiquiri. I don't know. Today, all I see is PR relationships, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are just doing fan service. A very credible one, though. Tabitha said, Barbie bongs. Sacred Space said, there you go, create your own. Exactly. You guys, we don't have time to wait on other people. You know what I mean? We gotta start creating our own. We gotta take control of our own destiny over here. But I do want to go ahead. Marie said, period. I do want to go ahead and move on and talk about Lizzo, because we have not had a chance to discuss this Lizzo lawsuit yet, because I was out last week. Also, really quick, I do just want to take one quick second. I want to thank you guys for giving me last week and letting me take the week with my family. Y'all are just the absolute best. I used to get such anxiety that if I took any time away from YouTube, that people would forget about me and not come back, and just, you know, out of sight, out of mind. But the fact that you guys are still showing up today for this happy hour hang, the fact that you guys showed up for my pop-off yesterday, the fact that we're able to chat in the community tab, you showed up for my Eras vlog, like, thank you so freaking much. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And I just thank you for letting me be present with my family. I really only get to see my Texas family once, maybe twice a year. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I just wanted to take a second to say thank you, because I know that not everyone is that lucky. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate you for still showing up for me, even when I take a little time away. So thank you so much. And now let's go ahead and talk about Lizzo. So we have an update, unfortunately, today, and it is not looking good for Lizzo. So in case y'all missed it, you guys, Lizzo is currently being sued by 3 former backup dancers. They've made several awful allegations in this lawsuit that range from assault, sexual, racial, and religious harassment, weight shaming, false imprisonment. They said that, you know, Lizzo would make them re-audition for their jobs, and then she would say horrible things about them. Obviously, there was an instance that allegedly happened at a adult entertainment club in Amsterdam. There's just been a lot of allegations hurled Lizzo's way. Obviously, these have all been very shocking, because Lizzo is all about positivity, uplifting others, body positivity, body inclusivity. So hearing all of this allegedly coming from Lizzo was a huge shock to people. Now, Lizzo did go ahead and post a statement. She has denied these allegations made against her. She went ahead and hired Marty Singer as her attorney. And for those of you who are like, Marty Singer, where have I heard that name before? He usually represents the Kardashians. When Tristan was having a lot of mess, not so much with Marley Nichols, but if you remember the other woman who was claiming paternity, and whenever he was going to renegotiate his custody, like Marty Singer represented Tristan. Marty Singer is a freaking celebrity bulldog attorney. And he has been doing, and his team have been doing their best to definitely smear the dancers who are doing this lawsuit. For example, they put out a video of one of the dancers auditioning for a second season of Lizzo's tour, talking about how great the experience was. So they're saying, oh, well, 2 years ago you were saying you had a great time on Lizzo's tour. Now all of a sudden your story's changed. You get it. They are fighting back. Lizzo, again, has said none of this is true. She's hired a good attorney. But these women are doubling down on their claims. They actually spoke out to People Magazine today, and they said, quote, "We were treated poorly. Nobody did anything about it when we tried to speak up and advocate for ourselves. So now we're doing it." And then in addition to that, you guys, 6 additional people have now come forward and are being vetted by these attorneys because they have similar claims against Lizzo than these 3 dancers in this lawsuit. Obviously, it's too late for them to join the lawsuit, but their lawyers are now looking into their allegations, and there could be more legal issues and more things to come. I am absolutely mind-boggled by this whole thing. I was so upset because I really do love, I loved Lizzo. She was so empowering. Anytime I listened to her music, I got in a good mood. About damn time, whenever I'm stressed, I will put that on and just remember, we're going to be fine. We're blessed. We're looking good. We're healthy. We're happy. And so to hear that kind of treatment was going on and we didn't know was so upsetting to me. And also, I've been in a toxic work environment before. Nothing to that extent, thank goodness. But anyone who's been in a toxic work environment knows that there is no stress like a toxic work environment. It literally eats you up from the inside out. It physically makes you ill. The anxiety that takes over your body, it's absolutely crazy. And so I think I also, felt for these dancers on that level. I was just so disappointed. And obviously, Liz, like I said, Lizzo is denying these accusations. She's saying that they're not true. So we do have to give her a little bit benefit of the doubt. But the fact that 6 other people came forward today, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it at all. Let's see. We have Madcap saying Lizzo seems to have boundary problems. Misha said definitely still in disbelief. Betty Ann said, I can see how someone famous can pressure an employee to do something they are uncomfortable with. Absolutely. And talking about the boundaries, I do think it was a boundary problem. I think, and I know that they've kind of talked about this, one day she might want to be your friend, and then the next day she wants to be your boss. And anyone who's had a boss like that knows that it is so freaking exhausting and confusing because it's are we friends or am I an employee? Which one is it? I'm so confused because you're giving me mixed sigs. You know what I mean? And so I do think it was a boundary issue, but it just makes me sad that this is happening, and especially coming off of, I'm sorry to bring up Taylor Swift again, please y'all don't kill me, but coming off of seeing Taylor's dancers perform, they all looked like they were having the time of their lives. Now I know obviously they're performing, they're in front of an audience, but you can tell when people are vibing, right? We all know. You can tell when people are faking it, and you can tell when it's genuine and real. And they all just genuinely looked like they were having the time of their lives. Anytime they were freestyling, they were looking at each other, they were messing with each other, they were dancing, they were smiling, they were having a good time. They were having a good time. And I just, it makes me sad that not every tour with every artist is like that. And I literally actually thought about Lizzo's dancers whenever I was sitting there because I'm like, wow, these dancers look like they're having the time of their life. And I'm sure the Lizzo dancers, they went out there, they put their smile on, they gave it their all every night, but then they would go off stage and it would just be the opposite of that. And I think that that would be really, really difficult. I think it would be really isolating. And especially you're traveling, like I don't know. It's so hard. And I think Lizzo is definitely feeling the effects of this. The Made in America festival that she was supposed to headline, if you watched my mini pop off on my Instagram yesterday, that's now completely been canceled. I think it's going to be a long road, and I don't know how Lizzo will necessarily recover from this. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts though. Lynn said some people suggested on her post not to be friends with her employees going forward to learn from this situation, but I really don't know what to think about this whole thing. I'm just disappointed. Exactly. I feel like I'm the same way. Because obviously, again, these people could be lying. You know what I mean? I don't think it looks good that multiple people are coming forward with similar allegations. Obviously, that's not a good look. But I definitely think it's a boundary issue, and I think it is an issue of you need to make the decision. Do you want to be the boss or do you want to be the friend? Because you can't be both. You cannot be both. I think that you can be a boss that is caring and empathetic and, you know, obviously understanding of your employees. But I think at the end of the day, you got to always make sure it's clear, like, I'm the boss, you're the employee. And, you know, I also think this proves, like, you never know. People will always, always, always come for you, you know? If they think that they can get something from you, they're gonna do it. And if they have something on you, no matter how close you might think you were to these people, they're gonna freaking use it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely disappointing. It's definitely disappointing. Mesha said it's her whole brand, almost like Ellen situation. This goes against everything she stands for. And I think that's what's so hard to accept, right? Lizzo is the positivity queen. She's always, always advocating for us to be ourselves, love our bodies, you know, never let anyone bring us down, never let anyone never put baby in the corner. And to hear that she was being so toxic and almost being like the people who she talks down on every day. Like, remember when she went on that Twitter rant about body shamers? Like, girl, allegedly you were doing something very similar. And to people's face that you see every day who you were employing. Like, it's just sad. Betty Ann said, look at Ellen DeGeneres. The be kind motto came back to get her. Exactly. Autumn said, I heard that Lizzo may have crossed someone powerful and he might be paying these people to create problems for Lizzo. I could be wrong, but I hope everything works out. And that's what I'm saying, Autumn. You know, obviously all of this is alleged. Obviously, this is a very much wait and see situation. That's why I think it's important for us to not make full judgments just yet, but I think it is okay for us to be like, it's disappointing, it's sad, and it's kind of one of those situations where people say, never meet your heroes, because sometimes they're not going to be what you expect, and it's going to be disappointing. So it's definitely going to be a wait and see what happens. I don't feel comfortable being like one way or the other. Really all I feel comfortable saying is, you know what, it's sad, it's disappointing, and we're going to wait and see. But let's move on and talk about Ariana Grande, because the tea is just continuing to keep on freaking giving. So Ariana, you guys, her and Ethan Slater, aka her Wicked co-star, who she is now dating after her separation from Dalton Gomez. If you guys have not been keeping up with this, Ethan and Ariana's relationship is very controversial because Ethan was married to his high school sweetheart, and then separated and filed for divorce very, very quickly, conveniently, after the news broke of him and Ariana's relationship to the public. So Ethan Slater's wife has been bad-mouthing Ariana to the press. People have been highlighting how Ariana has a history of going after taken men, which she absolutely 1000% does. But there was a report from Entertainment Tonight. I want to fill you guys in on this, but first I'm going to read this. There was an award-winning director that was going to do a docu of Lizzo, and she described the environment as toxic as well. So she walked away. Yummy Lex. Okay, coming in with the tea. So another person corroborating this information about Lizzo. And a director walking away from a whole documentary because the environment was toxic. So now what? Okay, the director plus 6 people who came forward. That's now 7. 7 additional people saying, yes, this is true, versus Lizzo saying it's not. I don't know. Marty Singer might have his work cut out for him, you guys. It'll be very, very interesting to see how Marty Singer is able to spin this one. I personally will be interested to see that because I don't know. But anyway, you guys, Ariana Grande, a source released a statement to Entertainment Tonight, and you tell me if this is not giving you PR vibes, because it's absolutely giving me, we need to repair Ariana's rep ASAP. So this source that spoke to Entertainment Tonight said that Ariana is giving Ethan space to deal with his divorce so he can do so amicably for his ex-wife and their son. However, the source then went on to say that Ariana and Ethan's relationship is, quote, still progressing. Okay. Again, it's giving PR. They're trying to paint Ariana in a better light. You know, she's trying to give him space. She's trying to give him space while he deals with his divorce and figures out how to co-parent with his wife, his high school sweetheart who stuck by him this entire time, and then he blew up and got a movie with Ariana Grande, and now he cheated on her, or allegedly is, you know, now with somebody else. Then that good PR only lasted less than 24 hours because, you guys, we got this new report from Life and Style magazine today about how Ariana is allegedly losing friends over this entire situation. This source said, quote, Ariana didn't just break girl code, she shattered it into a million pieces, and that's going to be tough to bounce back from. Now, while Ariana is still allegedly insisting to everyone she knows that her and Ethan did not start anything until they were both separated, this insider continued saying, quote, there's a very real sense of lock up your husband when it comes to being around her now. You remember that viral video? Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your husbands from Ariana Grande, because that is allegedly how her friends are feeling. And honestly, I would kind of be feeling the same way if I was close with Ariana Grande. Like, if you were okay to go out, allegedly, with Ethan Slater and his wife, with your husband Dalton, and also solo, you hung out with these people, you were friends with both of them, and then you're okay to go ahead and swoop in and start hooking up with this man after he separates from his wife? What's going to stop her from doing that to anybody else? What's going to stop her from doing that to a friend? You know what I mean? I'm just shook. Autumn said, Autumn, thank you so much. Thank you. You've been rocking with me for so long, too, and I appreciate you. I love Ariana Grande, but honestly, she needs to take some time and be alone. Because she honestly has some real life trauma with everything she's been through. Absolutely agree. She needs to work on herself, and some healing needs to be done. Exactly. Could not agree more with you, Autumn. This girl needs to take some time alone. Again, I feel like she never was even able to process Mac's death. And I just, ugh. And now another family is in the turmoil of this situation. Like, it honestly, whenever Lily J released that statement to Page 6 and said her family is just collateral damage, like, her family literally is just collateral damage. It's crazy. We have Crystal saying, I'm just going to say this. You can't wreck homes that weren't already on rocky ground. Okay, Crystal, I like that perspective, and I don't disagree with you. I agree. You cannot wreck a home that's already rocky. However, I feel like it might have been rocky one-sided, you know, because we heard from so many sources and Lily J herself that she was blindsided and devastated. So, you know, I think for Ethan, maybe it was kind of rocky. Maybe Lily J was either in denial, she didn't want to admit it, or it was rocky for her end, and obviously it paints a better narrative for her to just slam Ethan and Ariana. But Crystal, I like that perspective. Crystal, you know what, Crystal? Snaps to that, because you're exactly right. You just definitely gave me some food for thought, Crystal. Thank you. You know what? And I like that saying. You can't wreck homes that were already on rocky ground. If I could do a tongue click, I would, because, yeah, interesting. Bell Gamer, thank you so much for the cute little tea. I like the tea. Sacred Space said they're both equally responsible, but Ariana needs some her time to heal. Exactly. Lucia said she just destroyed a family to end up leaving him, and I agree. I think they're not gonna last, right? Like we're not delusional here. You know what I mean? We know Ariana and Ethan are not going to make it down the long haul. I don't know how she could make it down the long haul with him after seeing him compared to her brother, because they do look eerily similar. I don't know if y'all have been seeing those memes of how Ethan Slater looks just like Frankie Grande, but I cannot unsee it. And if I was Ariana, like, no way could I still be hooking up with Ethan Slater after I see him compared to my brother. Like, after that, I'd be like, you know what? So sorry that your life is in turmoil. So sorry that your life has been blown up, but we're going to have to go ahead. We're going to have to go ahead and go our separate ways, because absolutely freaking not could I hook up with him after I saw that he looked exactly like my brother. Like, no way. Absolutely no way. April says, OMG, yes. Tabitha said the poor wife is devastated, and I think she is. I feel, you guys know. I mean, I've gotten a little sassy on Ethan Slater every time we talk about him, and I do feel for Lily J. I feel so bad for her. Y'all know I have said that so many times. And then D Rich said, yes, you can. Rocky ground don't mean broken. True. You guys are all like, this is why I love the lives, because we get to openly discuss this, actively discuss this, and it's just so good to be able to give ourselves new perspectives on this whole thing, and I absolutely live for it. Also, we hit 200. Yes, 200! If y'all are here right now, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, to make sure it goes out to as many people as possible so we can keep growing the House of Hill. Rose said she's not mature enough to be in a long-term relationship. She jumps from one to another so quickly. And you know what? I don't think Ariana would be getting as much shade if she didn't have a history of going after multiple taken men. Like, this dated back from, I mean, she had kind of a reputation of doing that, I mean, even back in like 2012. And then obviously, you know, with Big Sean, Mac Miller, I mean, she definitely has a history of going after men who are in relationships, and I think that's why this is so shocking for people, and this is why people are really not letting this one go, because she definitely has a history of doing it. And honestly, if I were one of her really good friends, I don't know if I could rock with a girl like that, honestly. I think if it happens one, you know, if it's a one-off situation and y'all end up together because y'all were meant to be, okay. And I need to say that because my sister just distracted me. She said, in the words of Nene Leakes, close your legs to married men. No, exactly. Exactly. I think, again, the history that she has of doing this is just not a good look. SB said, Ethan low-key looks like a creep. TBH, if Ariana left him because he was being compared to her brother, I feel like he'd be obsessed and stalk her. Heather said she seems codependent. One lovely addiction said, how late am I? You're good. We still got to talk about Khloe, Selena, and Haley. Amaris would love to think what he thought he was getting into, because if he thought this was forever, he's going to have a rough awakening. T. Magali said, I guess that it's a consistency with her, but it's also the guys made the choices as well. Which, exactly. We do not solely blame Ariana here in the House of Hill. Like I said, we've seen Barbie. We're off of Taylor Swift. We are not solely blaming Ariana here in the House of Hill. It takes two to tango. It takes two people to have a little rendezvous in a little situation. This is not all on Ariana, but we're just saying that her history is happening. And yes, Christian, I'm wearing my new merch, which you should buy one. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on and talk about Khloe Kardashian, and then we're going to get into Selena and talk about Haley, because I want to make sure we have time to talk about that Haley rumor all together. So you guys, Khloe, as far as Khloe is concerned, whatever emojis you want to put in for Khloe in the chat. Also, like I said, if you're here and you haven't liked this video yet, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Khloe, you guys, we now know her reaction to Kim and Tristan partying, quote, late into the night in Miami. This happened a couple weeks ago. We actually talked about it, I believe, on a live happy hour hang. And I filled you guys in on how Kim was just getting absolutely destroyed on social media for partying late with Tristan. Like, people were thinking that Kim was betraying Khloe. People were not here for it. And now we know how Khloe felt about it. So this is coming from a report from In Touch Weekly. A source said that Khloe, quote, hit the roof when she heard about Kim and Tristan's late night little rendezvous. Not rendezvous, they were partying. I feel like rendezvous is a strong word for this Khloe, or for the Kim and Tristan situation. But they were partying in a nightclub till late in the night. This insider went on to make a comment, and this is what I thought was interesting, about how Kim and Tristan looked like a couple because their outfits kind of matched. And then this quote went on to say, and then this source went on to say, quote, Khloe is devastated, but this time she's blaming her sister, not Tristan. It's humiliating to be sitting at home in LA taking care of Tristan's kids while her sister and her ex are out partying in public. So my question for y'all is Kim actually the one to blame in this situation? That's one. Two, do we think it's possible that Kim might have went out with Tristan to keep an eye on him and actually be helpful to Khloe as opposed to just like going out and partying with him? Marie said, I feel like it's content for the show. Tabitha said, I don't understand why she would party with him anyway. Elva said, but Khloe was always hanging out with Scott, so how is that different? Elva coming in with a different perspective. And Scott did cheat on Courtney. So, not wrong. Let's see. We have April saying, I just think it's all fake. Tabitha said, babysitting. Nessa said, Kim to Tristan, Khloe to Scott. And you know why I think maybe Tristan hits a different nerve? I think if Tristan had never gotten Marley Nichols pregnant with a child while he was still with Khloe, maybe it would be a little bit different. For me, again, I don't know how they've ever been able to come back from that. Like, once you get another woman pregnant when we're together, we are never speaking again. Like, we are only co-parenting via nannies and mediators. Like, you are never going to be privy to being in my life ever freaking again. So that's, I guess, why I'm kind of like, I feel like Tristan is kind of worse than Scott, but then Scott also had his own issues, you know what I mean? So it's tough, but you guys are right. Like, it is interesting how Khloe was cool to do that with Scott, but now she's getting upset that Kim's doing that with Tristan. Misha said their family has a problem letting men go, don't deserve energy, go. Exactly. Rihanna, when Kim was out, did she not tell Khloe she ran into him? No, they were taking photos. They allegedly sent her a selfie. No, she knew, and I think that's why they're saying Khloe was embarrassed, which I kind of would be too. I'm at home. I'm taking care of your kids. You and my sister are out partying it up and living it up in Miami. Like, sick. You know what I mean? I would honestly kind of feel the same way. Crystal said, at least Scott didn't get another woman pregnant. Crystal, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, right? Like, once you cross that boundary, we don't go back. Once you step out on my sister for the umpteenth time and you get someone else pregnant while you were with my sister, you left the birthday party my sister threw you, flew to travel for work, and then you hooked up with this woman and got her pregnant, like, we are not speaking. We're not partying. We're definitely not popping champagne together. Like, we're not hanging. We're not hanging out at all. Mona said, I don't know, she seems more jealous than she wasn't there. Otherwise, why not get mad in general that he's out partying when she's taking care of the kids? Okay, very good point. Nessa said, Khloe never blames Tristan. She always goes after women. Nessa, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. You're kind of right. Oh, you're kind of right. Oh, yeah. Lady Bird said, this ain't that and that ain't this. And then Misha said, they shouldn't be hanging, period. Both guys crazy disrespectful. Yes, I saw someone else saying, oh, Rose said, as a sister, I could never be partying with my sister's ex who cheated on her multiple times, baby father or not. Rose, same. And you know what's crazy? I feel like I know that they pride themselves on, like, never kicking anyone out of the circle and always being respectful to their children's fathers because they never want their kids to read anything negative about their fathers coming from their mouths, which is so admirable. I've said it tons of times. I admire that. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me because I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I obviously wouldn't like purposely go to the press to badmouth them, but I wouldn't be hanging and like they wouldn't be coming to my family's Christmas party. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't even just be me requesting that. Like Mama Hill won't even let someone in the door who like spoke badly about my sister and I. So imagine that person like cheating on her daughter, getting another woman pregnant. Like that man's tires would be slashed and he would never be welcome to anything that our family did like ever again. I know that they're the bigger people, but I think anyone who's like real life, you know, we're just like, it's hard for us to understand. It is hard for us to understand. But we're going to go ahead and move on, you guys. Let's talk about Selena, and then we're going to talk about Haley. And my mom just said, Mama Hill's in the chat. She said, T-girl, winky face. Exactly. I know. The mom claws hit different. And anyone who's a mom, your mom claws hit different. You know what I mean? I saw we're doing side eyes, Daiquiri's post. I'm seeing the side eyes. Epic Turtle said, not holding their father accountable will cause so much damage in the future. They are lying to their children and they will accept the same abuse. Yeah. Daiquiri said, well, on the other hand, she decided to have another child with Tristan. Oh, she's mad only because it was Kim. Here we go. I bet he does the same thing all the time with more people and she doesn't say anything. But on the other hand, she decided to have another child with Tristan. Yes. Okay, you guys. Lady Bird said, I'd show up with a gas can. Okay, I love that we're all the same level of like, you don't mess with our people. You know what I mean? It's like we all have the Taurus gene. And that's how we like it. That's how we like it. Okay, Selena Gomez, you guys. Number one, she was at the Eras tour last night, and I'm so sad. It wasn't the night that I was there. My sister and I both, when we were driving to SoFi, we were like, I hope Selena's there. If she's there, we got to show her to the House of Hill. Like, we got to make this happen. We got to manifest it. And it was so sad, but she did post a really cute video on her Instagram story of her and her sister hugging and singing to Lover, which just so cute. Also love that Selena and Taylor, that friendship is going strong. Not that we ever had any doubts, but we love a confirmation. But more importantly, you guys, and I really just wanted to talk about this to clear the air. So Selena Gomez was recently spotted out to dinner with the British DJ, music producer, Fredigan. She actually posted a photo of them together on her Instagram story. And at first, people were thinking that this dinner outing might have been a date, it might have been romantic, but no, you guys. I think this is a strictly work-related situation. Number one, they went to Barney's Beanery in West Hollywood, which Barney's Beanery is not giving date night spot, okay? Barney's Beanery, we actually stopped there on our way to Pride, that exact same Barney's Beanery, and we literally stopped in, did a round of shots, and we kept going. You know what I mean? It's like dive bar vibes. And there was also an eyewitness who saw the dinner date, who spoke to Entertainment Tonight, that also confirmed it was not giving romantic vibes. This eyewitness said it was giving very much casual. They looked very friendly, very platonic. Even they noted how like somebody was playing pool and accidentally like bumped into Selena, and she was like, "Oh my God, no! Like go win, you're fine." And again, the fact that she posted a photo of him on her Instagram story is telling me it's not romantic. Because if it was romantic, I think Selena would be trying to hide it and not post it on social media. Like, there's no way she's posting someone she went on a date with that actually has romantic potential on her Instagram story. So I think it was all work. Hope said, it's all work with her. She does not stop, but I adore her. I hope she starts dating. Exactly. Strictly business, completely agree. Yes, you guys, Only Murders in the Building Season 3 is also here. I need to start it. I have not started it yet. But you guys all agree that it's definitely work related. Like, there's just no way Selena is doing that. She's learned that her romantic relationships, she's got to keep those close to the chest. Lauren, hi, loving the tea from Scotland. Oh my gosh, hi. Every time you guys tell me you're somewhere outside of Los Angeles or Kansas City, I lose my mind because I'm just like, there's someone in Scotland who knows my name. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And this is why the House of Hill is the absolute best. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on and talk about Hailey. So if y'all saw my pop-off yesterday, I filled you guys in on this rumor that's been going around that Hailey Bieber is pregnant. And also 222 people. Yay! That's good vibes, you guys. That's an angel number. That means all of the positive energy. God, Jesus, angels, they're all looking down on us and they're giving us the positive energy. 222. But you guys, so there was a rumor going around that Hailey Bieber is pregnant. And I did discuss this on my pop-off yesterday. Some people were mad at me that I discussed it. Some people were mad that I brought up this rumor. And I just wanted to say, you know, I think the great thing about this channel and the great thing about the House of Hill is that, A, we get to talk about whatever we want, but it's a good mix of talking about topical topics that are out there, that are trending, that everyone's discussing. And then it's also a mix of whatever y'all want to talk about and whatever tea we want to personally discuss. And so it's not me trying to be salacious. It's not me trying to talk about a baseless rumor just for fun. You know, we talk about Hailey a lot on this channel. And if my people want to hear about a pregnancy rumor, I'm going to talk about it. Even though, and I feel like I addressed it, you guys know, we never talk poorly about a woman's body. And that's why I said, I don't even like saying, oh, this person looks pregnant, this person doesn't. You guys know I don't. You guys know I'm a thick queen. You guys know my weight fluctuates. So I never like to judge women based on that. But also, unfortunately, pregnancy rumors are kind of the name of the game and are a pop culture thing. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it with you guys, because it is a thing that people are discussing. It is out there. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. So I just saw some kind of comments that were kind of coming at me a little bit. And I was like, whoa. Like, I think people who are here all the time know my intentions. And so I just wanted to address that still, though. Autumn said, ooh, Madison T, did you hear that Travis Kelce from the Chiefs tried to give Taylor Swift his number and it failed? Yes, Autumn, I did. And I wish Travis Kelce was trying to give me his number instead, to be honest. But I understand Taylor Swift. Yeah, it failed because she wasn't talking to anyone. She wanted to save her voice. But Autumn, my entire family and I, we love Travis Kelce. Like I said, I wish Travis Kelce was trying to give me his number. Maybe one day, you know what I mean? Fingers crossed. We'll see. Maybe we can manifest it. Lynn said, I only ever know about tea through you anyway. I depend on you for what's trending, happening. After all, a pop-off is your own opinion on those topics anyways. Lynn, exactly. So thank you. Thank you, guys. So what this rumor is based off of, like I said in my pop-off, the evidence is thin. It's based off of a paparazzi video of Justin and Hailey walking with their friends, and one of Hailey's friends saying, I know you're pregnant, but, and Hailey just laughs it off. She doesn't answer. Then after that, Hailey was seen kind of, you know, trying to hide her stomach with a clipboard, although her stomach looks flat, it looks normal. And then also this photo of her at a Drake concert where it appears as though she might have a little more than she normally does. Her hand is on her stomach. People were saying that they weren't drinking. People pointing out how she's really been posting more photos from, you know, only the here up. She's been posting more selfies. She's been wearing some baggier clothes. You know, like I said in my pop-off yesterday, I personally don't necessarily believe that Hailey is pregnant. That, of course, doesn't mean that she can't not be. We know Justin wants kids. We know Hailey wants kids. They've been married for 5 years. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I just don't personally feel like the evidence that people are using to hold on to this theory and to make it run wild are really enough to show anything, or really enough to prove anything. There was also a TikToker who claimed to have received a blind item confirming that Hailey has been going to a fertility doctor since December and that it worked and that she's pregnant. And, you know, I know the TikToker did say allegedly and, you know, did cover herself there. But for me, I think blind items are really tricky because they're blind, right? We don't know who's actually sending them in. And if you notice, I really only use Dumois blind items whenever it contributes to the conversation and it kind of goes along with the consistency of reports that we're already hearing. I think it's really hard to take a blind item at face value, and I think we have to be really careful how we use blind items. And so I know people were also really holding on to what that girl said as well, but you know, I'm still just thinking it's a rumor. I'm thinking it's just a rumor. And April said, I will believe it if Haley or Justin says it. And I agree. Tabitha says, I think Justin would shout it from the rooftops. He's dramatic like that. And I agree. Like, Justin has openly said he wants kids, he wants a family since even before him and Haley were married. He has always made it clear he wants to be a dad. So I just feel like they would not do the whole keeping it out of the public eye situation. I definitely think that they would be very public about it. A lot of you are saying that you don't think that she's pregnant, and I agree. Betty Ann said, I mean, I don't think she's pregnant, but if she is, they've been married for years. And Betty Ann, that's kind of how I feel too. Like, I think if she is pregnant, I think that's fantastic. I think that's amazing because it's something that they both wanted. But at the same time, if she's not pregnant, like, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. You know, and again, another reason why I also hate speculating about those things, and I mentioned this in my pop-up too, it's like, if Haley really has been going to this fertility doctor, let's say she has, or even if she hasn't, she's just thinking about it. Like, whenever you talk about someone being pregnant and they're actively working on it and it's not maybe happening right now, that's also really hard. You know what I mean? It's also hard to be like, wow, people think I'm pregnant, but I'm not, but I'm trying, and it's not, you know, we put so much pressure on ourselves, and it's hard. It's really, really, really hard. And then I also see a lot of y'all saying that you think that this is PR and that Haley's letting the rumor be out there and be on social media because it helps keep her relevant. And I don't necessarily think that's wrong either. You know, I think any press works for them. Not every celebrity feels that way, but I think, you know, the Biebers don't necessarily feel like it's bad. Superstar Bella said, Haley seems to be ultra focused on building her brand, which I agree. I also feel like she's getting ready to launch like blush, cheek stain, something like that. I think that's been the whole like strawberry makeup trend situation. So I do think she's working on that. And that's why I think it suits her, you know what I mean, to not necessarily say this isn't true and to just continue kind of trolling the public a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that's a bad thing that Hailey Bieber's doing that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think if that's your prerogative and that's what you want to do and that's how you want to keep your name out there and it doesn't bother you, and then you want to go in a couple weeks and post like a LOL not pregnant, I think that's totally fine. Like, whatever you want to do with your brand and your reputation, that's totally on you. You know what I mean? Doesn't affect me. Teeny Tiny said, hello from Australia. So gutted. I've missed most of this. Love the channel. Teeny Tiny, that's okay. You can go back and watch. And I'm happy that you at least were able to make it here. I'm happy we were able to chat for a second. I'm happy that you made it. I don't know if she's actually doing blush, but I just found it interesting whenever, and she might also be still working with Bare Minerals, but during her strawberry makeup tutorial, she like puts on 3 different kinds of blushes, and she's like, I can't say where these are from yet, like, and kind of makes a reference like that. So that just made me think like either she's about to release something or one of the brands that she works with is about to release something. Because I don't think Kylie's going to release a blush anytime soon. She just did a little new gloss kind of a situation. And Mustache said that's kind of what JoJo Siwa did. SB said, I feel like they'll be pregnant next year. Her brand has not been out for a long time. And with her wanting to focus on her business, I doubt she's pregnant. So I'm kind of thinking that too. And really, in May, I brought this up in my pop-off as well. In May is when she did her interview with the Sunday Times and talked about how she's scared to have kids because she knows how upset she gets when people talk poorly about her husband and her friends, and she can't imagine people speaking ill about her children on social media. So that was, I mean, May wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? So if you were scared in May, could something have really changed by August? It's possible, but I don't know. I also want to shout out Jessica. Can't believe I'm finally live. Love you, Madison. Live from Brazil. You guys, we are international. We are international. This is so cool. April said, OMG, what is up with making something like blush into strawberry makeup or the glazed nails? You guys, I don't know. I do the same makeup every single day. I'm so boring. I literally am like, I do my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, Rare Beauty Concealer, Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, Rare Beauty Liquid Highlighter, the Milk Contour Stick, Laura Mercier Setting Powder. Like, there's no latte makeup happening here. There's no strawberry makeup happening here. It's just the same old makeup every day because we don't have time to switch it up. You know what I mean? We have Tunisia, North Africa also in the chat. Oh my gosh, we have Mexico as well. We are international. Unserious. Hi, I see you. Alva said, back when Justin posted a pic of her at a doctor appointment, everyone assumed she was pregnant. Didn't Haley post something about her not being pregnant? Although that was a while ago, good memory, and they were doing an April Fool's joke, and it did not land. People were upset. Let's see, Harmony said, I'm getting my hair dyed cherry coke red. Yes. It's so Lana Del Rey vinyl. Live for it. Autumn said, well, Haley's friends have done some pretty shady things, especially to Selena, so that's the interpretation that they give off, so she can't whine when her and her friends get flack for it. Talking about her being upset whenever people come for them. And Tabitha, I agree. That April Fool's joke was a really weird joke. I remember being at my old job in the office and seeing them post that, and I was like, A, I know that's fake, and B, they're going to get so dragged for that because it's not cool to joke about April Fool's joke about being pregnant. Like, that's not cool anymore. I guess they didn't get the memo, but I just remember saying that and I was like, yikes. Like, that was my face. It was the Chrissy Teigen, that was me. Someone said, oh, weird joke. Barbados is also here. Yes, Barbados. Okay. You guys are making me want to travel. You're making me want to come and see you in all of these incredible places. Oh, it sounds so fun. I wish we could do, you know what? One day we will. We'll do like a House of Hill group travel trip. Have you seen these? I see influencers do this all the time. Mainly travel influencers, but they will like pick a destination and then they plan it all, and then whoever wants to come can come. That would be fun. We should do that in the future. One day, you guys, manifesting. We got to get the show first. We got to get the talk show and have people come. Because, when we get the show, only people who have been in the House of Hill since the beginning get to come to the first live shows. And then we'll add the group travel trips because that would be so fun. Sacred Space here in Austin. I love Austin. That's where my family is. Well, they're in Round Top, which is about an hour and 15 outside of Austin. But we love Austin, Texas. All right, you guys. That is the tea I have for you. Come to Spain. Ibiza and Madrid aren't the only good places out here. Let me know where to go in Spain. And I've been to Pennsylvania. Love Pennsylvania. One of my friends really wants me to go to Spain. So tell me where to go. Also, that is where my ancestors are from. If you guys didn't know, I am half on my mom's side. So I definitely need to go. We also have Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis, Michigan. Oh, I love when we say where we are. This is so fun. Madrid and Barcelona. Don't forget the House of Hill Shambongs. Oh, add that to the list. Okay. I think the Shambongs might be attainable before the talk show, to be honest with y'all. So we could do Shambongs, talk show, group trips. Like, epic. Maybe we could even do like some sort of tour so I could go around and meet people. We could throw that in there somewhere in between there. That would be so fun too. Like a book tour, but I don't think I'm ever going to write a book. Never say never. Never say never. But some sort of tour. Okay, you guys. Anything else? We have Jersey. Take a trip to the Bahamas. I've been to the Bahamas once years ago. I got selected to be on this like special dance team. It was called Extreme Team, and I went to the Bahamas. It was so much fun. Erin Patton, thoughts on Tom Sandoval's new girl? We should pray for her. That's what we should do. Because what woman who has seen the Barbie movie and likes Taylor Swift, and I don't know anything about this girl, but what woman would ever hook up with Tom Sandoval after knowing what he did? It's like the women who continued to hook up with Tristan Thompson after we knew he cheated on Khloe. Like, what is wrong? As women, we shall have a pact that we do not hook up with men who do that. You know what I mean? Yes, absolutely gross. We also have Philly. I'm hanging out with my friend from Philly I'm going to dinner with her tonight. Have you heard have you heard of the Sound of Freedom movie? Is that the movie that competed with Indiana Jones in the box office and it had a really hard time like actually getting made? I think it is. It's about the traffickers. Is that the movie that I'm thinking of? If it is, I have heard of it. I read about it. I read about it being made. I read about how it was hard for it to get out. Yes, okay. I was going to say, I feel like that was it. I did read about that. I have not seen it, but I did read about that movie and how it's based on a true story. So yes, I did read about that. Daniela said rose gold shambongs. I would buy one. Yes. Okay, you guys, we got to start. I mean, Shambong, it's their fault. You know what I mean? We tried. I even sent them like video compilations of me using the Shambong. They did not care. They said, Madison Hill who? That's what they did. So it's fine. If you missed the Ariana part, definitely go back and check it out. Yes, we need any House of Hill Shambongs. Definitely. Yes, Crystal, I did hear about Sandra Bullock's. So they technically weren't married, but they were together for a very long time, and she called him the love of her life. And he passed away from ALS. Very, 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 very sad. But his sister did a really nice Instagram post talking about how Sandra Bullock took care of him and how she like made sure he had nurses and everything. So yeah, I love Sandra. I do. I love her. I know Tabitha. I will never forget when she won her Oscar and she gave her husband, what was his name at the time? Jesse James. Whatever that guy's name was at the time. Gave him just like the most incredible heartfelt thank you. And then it came out that he cheated on her with Kat Von D. Do you guys remember that? And I was just so pissed. I was so upset because I was like, this woman just won an Oscar, had the moment of her life, gave this man the biggest heartfelt speech, and then what did he do? Didn't surprise us. Went ahead and betrayed her. Shabria said, Madison, you're amazing, and I'm so glad we can do these Wednesday lives. Me too. I'm so happy. Also, I'm glad that I'm not the only one who will never forget this moment because literally, I was so mad when that happened. I was so mad. 2 seconds, I remember that. Yes, okay, thank you, you guys. I'm so glad that I'm not the only one. Jesse James. Anything else? Do I watch Below Deck? No, but I heard about the tea. Actually, Mama Hill filled me in on the Below Deck tea because she said we love Bravo in the Hill House. But essentially Below Deck, they fired 2 cast members because they were acting inappropriately. One guy was naked and trying to go into another girl's room. Not good. Then they ended up firing a female as well. But you know what? The captain on Below Deck, I know he runs a tight ship, no pun intended. And I'm happy that production stepped in and made sure that people who were behaving inappropriately had consequences. So, you know what? I am happy about that. Lynn said, any update on Doja Cat? So I did see a video that went viral of her and a fan where she was hugging them and she was being very sweet to fans. I believe it was taken in New York. So I think that she is trying to repair that image and trying to repair how her fans feel about her. But I still think it'll be interesting. I really think what will be interesting to see is if she's able to sell out these tours. If she's not able to sell out these tours, I think that'll say everything that we need to say. Unserious, I did talk about Little Tay at the beginning. We made sure to extend our thoughts and prayers and our positive vibes to her family, friends, and all of her fans because it was very, very, very upsetting. We did talk about that. We also talked about Angus Cloud. I see people also talking about Justin losing followers. I think Justin's losing followers because you have to remember there's a lot of fluctuation on big Instagram accounts because of bots and things like that. But I also think he's losing followers because he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? He's not putting out music. He's not booking any shows. He is just not... He's not doing anything. He was out in West Hollywood on Monday. Haley was not there. And I think that's the photo that you're referring to of Justin with another woman. I don't think that Justin is going to be in a situation where he is openly cheating on Haley in public, if that's where we're kind of getting at this situation. I think that he was just out and Haley wasn't there. I really think that they're never going to let us know that anything is wrong with their relationship until something is really, really wrong with their relationship. And that day might never happen. I hope it never does. I never, ever, 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 ever want to wish ill on a married couple. Ever. And I want to make that clear because I feel like some people are like, oh my God, you hate Justin and Haley. No, I don't hate them. Are you kidding me? No. I want to get married and I want to have a long, healthy, happy marriage. So I would never wish ill on anyone's marriage. Okay? Ever. We want all the positive vibes. Karma is real. Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is a god. Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Okay? Harmony said, I'm not a fan of Justin, not because of his music, because of his past. I mean, he does not have a very good past. And the music just also wasn't a vibe. I think, Justin's old music is so much better than the newer stuff that he put out. Elva said he hasn't posted on Instagram since May, I think. Yep. Hating on a marriage is bad juju. Exactly. They're obviously getting something. Yeah. So, Queen T said, I don't hate them either. I just don't like what they do. Exactly. And that's the thing. I think people, trolls really have a hard time comprehending sometimes. They think because you are commenting and talking about somebody's actions means that you hate the person. It's like, no. We can comment and give our opinion on a person's behavior without hating the person. I don't know where that got lost for some people, but I completely agree with you, Queen T. We don't always agree with what Justin or Haley or whatever, or Lizzo or whatever some celebrities do. Does that mean that we hate them? No. They're celebrities. We're commenting on their behavior. It's not that deep at the end of the day. I mean, I will say I do have a little ill feelings towards Tristan, but that's because I just am like, ugh, I don't understand that man. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yes, I don't hate Justin either. Just don't agree with him. Exactly. Canagramma says opinions. I know. But sometimes people, opinions get confusing for some people, as we know all too well. We're just chatting. Exactly. We're just chatting. But you guys, anything else? I just saw the time. I've kept y'all here for so long, and I'm happy though because I feel like we really needed to catch up. I'm so happy that we made it. What have you thought of the new season of The Summer I Turned Pretty? You guys, I have not watched the new season because I know I'm gonna cry, and I'm not ready to cry yet because I cried really, really hard on the last season, or on the last episode of season 1. And I'm Team Conrad, and I know that they're going to have relationship problems, and I'm just not prepared for it, but I definitely need to watch it. Yes, Tabitha, I did see Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years for Megan Thee Stallion's assault. The prosecutors were asking for 13. His legal team was asking for probation, even though that wasn't possible. But he was sentenced to 10 years, and there are consequences for our actions. Hurley said, what's the juiciest tea of the year so far in your opinion? Ooh, juiciest tea of the year so far? I almost feel like it's this Ariana and Ethan situation, or Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, because I didn't expect that in a million bajillion years. Or honestly, oh gosh, now this is getting crazy. Or whenever the eyebrow gate with Haley and Selena, Lizzo, maybe, Khloe, definitely Ariana. Yeah, people are saying Ariana. Mm-hmm. Okay, Ariana. No, Lizzo. Okay. I think Lizzo is the biggest shock. You know what I mean? Like, Lizzo was something that none of us saw coming. When we saw that happen, we were all like, we all did a collective clutch our pearls at one time. So I do think Lizzo was the most shocking, but I think Ariana and Ethan has been like the most tea-filled situation. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because I think Ethan and Ariana, that is the tea-filled gift that keeps on giving. And the Lizzo thing, you know, I guess for me, I'm like, tea is something that's like juicy and we can all kind of discuss and we're like, oh my gosh. Also Vanderpump, but that's just for me personally. Whereas like the Lizzo thing, that is sad. That's upsetting. Yeah, it's just shocking, you know? The eyebrow thing made me go in a rabbit hole. Makes sense. We need more vlogs. You guys, I am gonna do more vlogs. So I'll be going to Kansas City on Friday and I'm gonna work from there all next week. I'm going just to spend some time, see people there, see my childhood friends. But I am going to vlog because for my Missouri people, we're going to the Lake of the Ozarks. My childhood friends and I, we are doing a kids, even though we're not kids anymore, but we're calling it a kids lake trip all together. So we got fun hats for everybody. My sister and I made Ozarks bracelets for everyone. If you're one of those people, sorry, they're not watching. I don't think they're gonna hear the surprise. But we're doing a big lake trip all together with people who have known me for, I think we added it up the other day. We've all been friends since 1998, which is insane. So I am going to do a vlog of the lake trip. So that way y'all can meet some of my really good childhood friends. So I'm definitely going to do that. But on that note, you guys, I just saw the time again. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Bye, Harmony. Appreciate you. Oh my God, the Ozarks. Say hi to Marty and Wendy Bird. Yes. Madeline, we did talk about SpongeBob. 1998. I wasn't born. 1998, you weren't born. I love that for you, Harmony. It makes me feel old, but I love that for you, girly. But you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you so much for tuning in. There are 200 people still here right now. I will never not be mind boggled that 200 of you tuned in live to hear me talk. I just love you guys so much. I'm so glad we got to catch up. Already excited for next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like I said, make sure to check out my merch store. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following me on TikTok. Make sure you're always coming back to my channel to check out my YouTube shorts, all that stuff. Sacred Space! Oh my gosh, I love that. The heart. I can't do that. Wait, how do the Gen Zers do it? Like this, right? Or is it like this? I don't know. I do it the Taylor Swift way because I'm old. So thank you so much, Sacred Space. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time for a happy hour hang. Hopefully a pop off tomorrow. And I just love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.